Alright guys, this one I'm going to start with the front. They're both super aggressive front ends. That's the Camaro ZL1 10E, so we'll start there. This is, as you can see, you have your dive planes and also your canards. Allows air to come through here. So you definitely can tell there's a radiator there for the air as well, so I have a lot more intercoolers. Of course, you have this huge opening to allow more air. Your ZO badge right there, your flow tie, and of course you have your carbon fiber insert right there, the ZO1 emblems, and of course the hood is wrapped as well. So you can kind of see this, but the Camaro is very aggressive. One of the reasons I like it. So that's kind of what you look at beginning. Again, allows more air. I'll probably say this one definitely allows more cool air to go through at higher speeds, and it's probably better for the heat underneath the hood, and of course allows you to run better track times. Let's go ahead and take a look at the ZO6 front end. All right guys, here's the ZO6 front end. Very good looking. Not as much airflow. You can see the radiator in the front. You can see the canards on the side. Again, this one has ZO7 package. So, got their canard there. You have one over here. Of course, you have the heat extractor. And the name of this color is Carbon Flash. You can get it in carbon fiber too, but this one's Carbon Flash. You got the front park sensors as well on this one. So a very good looking front end in my opinion. I mean, it's not as aggressive as the ZL1 10E. I think it's more aggressive than the ZL1, but that's what the C7 ZO6 looks like from the front. All right guys, here's a side profile of the Camaro ZL1 10E. Again, on the front you have 305s, 19s. Very good looking car. So then of course you have your painted, I'll probably say rocker extensions, allow air to funnel more, keep the cow car grounded. You have your painted black mirror, doesn't move, so stationary. And of course, coming back to the back, of course you have your 19-inch wheels. Both tires have been changed out. These are Michigan Pilot Sports 4S's. And in the back again, you have these beautiful wheels. They're actually a lot stronger than the ZO6. And of course you have, let's just stay on the side profile. So I'll stay on the side one, but you know, you have a good silhouette. Your gas tank is on the passenger side versus ZO6. Nice roof line. And let's go ahead and give you a good look of the wheels. I'm gonna go to the brakes real fast. Of course, you have the ZO1 badge on there. I'm gonna go back to the front. Okay, you see the ZO1. It's 6 pistons, steel brakes versus ZO6, but it's not bad looking. I mean, it's huge. Of course, you have the suspension on this one. Everybody knows about that, so I won't repeat it, but basically you have a track suspension on this one. The ride is a little bit, not a little bit, but it's a little bit more harsher. So that's the side profile of the ZL1 10E. All right guys, before I finish up on the side profile of the ZL1, of course you have, again, I mentioned 19s. The wheels on here are 2E25/30s. All right guys, here's a side profile of the ZO6. Start with the brakes and the wheels. You got carbon ceramic brakes. Again, 6 pistons, has a Corvette emblem on there. You're gonna go ahead and have these side vents to allow air to come out. So you have ZO6 badge there, carbon flash side rocker panels down the side, carbon flash mirror. You have, of course, air on the side that allows for the cooler brakes, and your gas cap is on your driver's side. Of course, you have air to go to this way as well. So a lot more air functions coming to the side. And that's what the side profile is. Guys, on the wheels you have 285 30s, 19s on the front. Guys, on the back you have 335 tires, 20s on the back versus 19 on the ZL1. So that's what the side profile looks like. Look like on the ZL1. You have the ZL1 badge right there. People call it the goggles, but you have the goggle tail lights. I actually like them. And then you have the carbon fiber rear wing, non-adjustable. So again, that's where you have your exhaust tips right there. Sounds pretty good. So that's pretty much the standard on the ZL1 for the rear. Again, probably the highlight of the rear of the Camaro is just the carbon fiber wing that again, I believe at 150 it has 300 pounds of downforce. So that's the ZL1. All right guys, the ZO6, of course, again, you see the function part of the air. You have similar style rear tail lights. Of course, you have the, I call this a spoiler, but it's carbon flash, and the gurney flap is adjustable, so you can move it up and down. I kind of like it equal for right now for street driving, but you can adjust it. You got the emblem right there, Corvette in the middle. So that's pretty much the... All right guys, on the Corvette ZO6 you have the quad exhaust. They're in the middle versus the quad exhaust on the Camaro. They're towards the side. So that's the difference between the ZO6. This is a preference. I think the ZO6 on this one sounds better from the factory. This Camaro is a little bit quiet, but I think it makes up for the supercharger whine. And again, that's the difference between the exhaust. All right guys, this is what the ZO6 look like from the passenger side. I mean, you see the fenders, rear fender flares on the, I just want to say window fender, but you see the rear fender, how it comes out. So the C7 ZO6 definitely has more of a aggressive stance from the side. All right guys, this is what the ZL1 1OE looks like from the side. Both of them are equally beautiful cars, guys. It's really hard. I'm gonna say the ZL6 probably has a little bit better stance, more aggressive, but I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of them, but that's what it looks like from the, on both from the passenger side. All right guys, this is the motor for the Camaro ZL1 1LE. It's basically LT4, small block with a supercharger on top of it. And only mods I have done is a Mammo throttle body and also the Rotofab air intake. But basically it's essentially the same motor as what's in the ZO6. So of course you see the suspension here. So a lot of people make replica ZL1 1OEs. That's how you know which one is the real one. You have the suspension like that. So I always look for the blue cap. And that's what the looks like on the Camaro. So pretty much the LT4, 650 horsepower, 650 pounds for the torque. And that's pretty much the same as the ZO6. I think the transmission is slightly different. All right guys, this is the LT4 and the C7 ZO6. Again, same as the Camaro ZL1 1LE and the ZL1. Again, it has throttle body and Mammo throttle body, and it has MPI supercharger lid, and of course it also has an intake. So I'll get on that side too. But basically, again, it's essentially the same motor. So there is same horsepower, same pound-feet of torque, 650, 650. All right, guys, this is what it looks like on the passenger side. Again, only difference is this one has AFE, air intake, and then those are the two power plants. Guys, this is what I think is the biggest difference between the two is the interior. So we're gonna step in the Camaro interior. As you can see, the LED lighting has 6-speed transmission. Steering wheel is pretty much the same. It just has ZL1 in there versus ZO6, but there's your controls. I did add the Camaro right there, I'm sorry, right there, Camaro, the nice Camaro floor mats, but I wanted to kind of show you the LED map lights. Yes, I do have the fuzzy dice. And again, they're suede on the doors. And again, the doors are suede. And the So I kind of did a review already. And of course, you have your 3 pedals right there. You have your 6-speed. And of course, you have, let's see if I can get a little bit in here, your seats. So you kind of see that's what your rear view mirror looks like with the rear spoiler in there. It doesn't bother me. And you can change the lighting, so if you can go red, all different type of colors. You have leather doors, lower center console lid, the famous 6-speed. I actually do like that this transmission better than the 7-speed, but and then you got your infamous air vents there. So sway steering wheel, heads up display, little humps here. So I'll go ahead and jump into ZO6. All right, guys, that's what it looks like in the Corvette. Still suede, steering wheel, ZO6 in the emblem, ZO6 floor mats, 3 pedals, your door seal, leather interior. This is a 2 ZO6 center console armrest. This one does have PDR, the Camaro doesn't. It's also a 7-speed. The shift knob is aftermarket, but as you can tell, I really like that. It does have fuzzy dice. And of course, it has your rear view mirror. That's what your vision is out of the ZO6. So much better. You do see the spoiler, but not as much as the Camaro. This comes off. So it kind of gives you a perspective. I'll show you the seats between the two. Again, this is leather. You can get competition seats in there. It has a ZO6 emblem on there. So very nice, very comfortable. All right, guys, here's the rear cargo area for the ZO6. Again, that comes up. Plenty of room for luggage. It goes all the way in. Here's your area for your battery tender. And you can kind of see the interior of the car. So you got plenty of room to put stuff in. This right here hides stuff for you, but kind of show you difference between the two. So gives you perspective how big the ZO6 rear cargo is. All right, guys, this is the Camaro. I'm gonna kind of show you what people complain about. So this is your opening to the Camaro. You saw how different it is. Once you in there, it's not bad. Just the problem is this opening. So it's kind of not, that's what gets most people is you can't really put luggage in this opening. Put groceries barely. Can't put a tire, maybe 1 tire in there. So you can't put all your tools and stuff to go track in there because the opening is so small. So that's what. All right, guys, here's your entertainment system for the Camaro. Let's see if we can get it to turn on. You can kind of see it has the Camaro emblem right there. Let's see if we can get it. So that's your volume for your knob. You got your home screen here. Of course, you have your audio, phone, Wi-Fi, settings, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, your apps. So you can set up your different apps that you can use. You got your heated and cooled seats. So that's your apps. And again, this one doesn't have PDR, so but if you want to go to, say, you want to set up your just go to your settings, and then you go to your display. You can set up everything that you want. Your mode, auto. You can do your favorites, your running applications. So it's like different things. You go to your apps, and you can go to your vehicle. You do your driving modes, valet mode, team mode, etc. So it's pretty nifty. Of course, you have your heads-up display. You can change this as well. So that's kind of how it looks in the Camaro. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the Corvette. All right, guys, this is what it looks like in the Corvette. Power Corvette by Chevrolet. You got your C7 emblem. You got your Corvette emblem. Got your 7-speed. Got your ZO6 badge. Let's go ahead and get some light in here. Both on push start, of course. Then that's what it looks like on a ZO6. Of course, everybody knows about your party favorite. You can do that, store anything there. This right here also have your information that you use. So you have Bluetooth in here. You have, I believe, your PDR right there. You can kind of tell. So this one is equipped PDR. You have your radio function. You have your media. You got your iPhone. And so go ahead and, so let's go ahead and turn it on. I think it's turned off. You find your station. Of course, that's how it sounds. Pretty good audio. Let's go ahead and turn it off. So you have your heads-up display too. That's what it looks like from the front. And again, here's your steering wheel, C7 badge, ZO6 emblem, carbon fiber here, suede. So it's definitely feel like it's more space. Your OLED handle right there for your passengers. So, because you're on Star, it has OnStar in the other vehicle, but that's kind of what it looks like from the back. Overall, I mean, it's more spacious, guys. I think the C7 Z06 feels more spacious, more leg room. Shifter is nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you my thoughts here. Very similar in how they feel. I mean, obviously you're using the same power, 650 pounds for the torque. But the way they feel is different. We ride lower in the Z06, more Cadillac-like in the Z06. Not as raw as the Camaro, but I think the Z06 maybe described as more scary. The back end's more likely to kick out on you if you're not prepared for it. The rush, I think it feels better in the Z06 because I think you're lower and you can feel the less weight. If I were to take it on a long trip, I never driven a ZL1, the regular one. I can only compare it to a 10E, but I will take the Z06 every day for the most part on long trips. It's just more comfortable. If I want to cruise, take the top off, I'll take the Z06 as well. Fuel mileage, I think, favors the Z06 too. I think the Camaro gives slightly worse fuel mileage than the Z06. Looks is about on par with both of them. I think if I was say between the ZL1 and the Z06, I'm gonna go with the Z06 all day. Between the 1LE and the Z06 with the Z07, or regular Z06, I'm gonna go with the from the front. I'm gonna say the 1LE looks more aggressive. The sides, I'm gonna say the Z06 looks more aggressive. From the back, I'm still going to give it to the Z06. I think it just has more presence than a 1LE, even though I think the wing is extremely cool. The interior goes to the Z06. I think the interior, even though the Z1LE has suede, or Z01 has suede everywhere, I think the interior of the C7 Z06, not even including the C8, is just, obviously it's a more expensive car, so it's going to be better. I think rawness for the Camaro is awesome. I think you can't beat the rawness of the Camaro. The muscle car size sports feel of the Camaro, it can't be ignored. Also, I think the fact that you do have rear seats versus no rear seats in the Corvette, rear seats in there. So Camaro does give you some flexibility on that part. If you want to haul stuff, I think the Z06 is better. Track days, I think the Z06 is better for 1 or 2 laps. I never had any issues overheating on mine. I mean, I have the 7-speed and it's a 2017. I think, by understanding, the Camaro is, is better for cooling. So I'm gonna say if you're on a budget, definitely Camaro. I think the carbon ceramic brakes on this one is going to be way more expensive to wear out than your steel brakes on the Camaro. I think I can't really say if I had to pick one. I'm still gonna go with the ZO6, but you guys, you can't go wrong with the Camaro. I mean, it's even if you have an SS10E, it's just a hoot to drive. I think the one thing, especially the 10E that has experience, is really hard to find those, and I think it's a lot more unique than the Z06, Z07, or even the Z06. It's just a unique car and it's special, and I think every time when I go to check out, different car shows and just cruise around, then I think you get more looks in the 10E because people haven't seen it. Now, that's to car people. Now, if you go between regular people, obviously the Z06 is going to get more looks because people see it as a Corvette. So it will always be special in that way. So I hope this, guys, helps you. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one, especially with the Camaro. As you know, Camaro, as of 6th generation, is ending. I probably think it's the Camaro as we know it is ending. Be surprised what GM brings out as far as Camaro name. But I think the Camaro in the long run probably will be, as far as a better investment, special 10E. It probably maybe a ZO1 convertible too, because they continue to make Corvettes better. That's the only reason I say that, is that they're gonna. I don't think the Camaro is gonna come back the way we are used to. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But I think they continue to make better Corvettes. So that's why I say I think the 10E for sure is a better investment over a Z06. But if you just love Corvettes, as I do, you can't beat a Corvette. So I hope they help you guys make the decision. Good luck out there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to definitely leave a comment. I'll try my best to answer it. And also, guys, please like and subscribe to the video. I really appreciate it. Thank you for new subscribers too. And again, God bless, guys. Take care.